Rain poured heavily the evening Amelia found the shop. She had taken a wrong turn while driving and ended up on a narrow, forgotten street where only one small antique store stood. Its crooked sign read, "Timeless Treasures." Curiosity pulled her inside. The air smelled of dust and old wood. Dozens of strange relics lined the shelves, but in the back corner, something caught her aja. It wasn't like the colorful, cheerful kind she remembered from childhood. This one was eerie. Gothic arches, cracked paint, tiny shuttered windows. Even in the dim lights, Amelia swore the miniature door looked as if it could open on its own. The shopkeeper, an old man with sunken eyes, shuffled forward. "You should leave that one where it is," he said, his voice low. "It's not for sale." But Amelia was already captivated. "How much?" she asked firmly. He hesitated, then sighed. "If you insist." "But remember this! Dollhouses are meant to keep things in!" "Not let 'em out!" Amelia laughed nervously and carried it home. That night, lightning lit up her apartment. Every time the sky flashed, Amelia thought she saw a glow in the dollhouse windows. Tiny lamps flickered as though someone was inside. She leaned closer, telling herself it was a trick of her imagination. But then faintly she heard the sound of footsteps. Tiny, soft, but unmistakable. The next morning, the dollhouse looked different. The front door was slightly ajar, and the little chairs inside had been moved around. Amelia froze when she noticed 3 tiny porcelain dolls now standing inside. She was certain the house had been empty at the store. One doll sat in the parlor, another stood at the miniature staircase, and the third stared out of an upstairs window, its glassy eyes fixed on her. Amelia shivered. "They must have been hidden," she whispered, though her voice sounded doubtful. That night brought nightmares. Amelia dreamt of the dollhouse glowing, the dolls moving, whispering in shrill voices she couldn't understand. She awoke in a panic, only to find the dollhouse glowing again, this time without the storm outside. The whispers hadn't stopped. Over the following days, things grew worse. Each time she left and returned, the dolls were in different positions. Sometimes they gathered around the tiny dining table. Other times, one stood at the door, as if waiting for her. Then came the 4th doll. One evening, Amelia found a new figure inside. This one had brown hair and wore clothes exactly like hers. Its porcelain face was frozen in horror. Her stomach turned. It wasn't possible. She slammed the dollhouse shut and decided to destroy it once and for all. Grabbing a hammer, she raised it above her head. But before she could strike, the miniature door creaked open on its own. A chilling voice whispered, "You're already one of us." The dolls' heads turned in unison. Their glassy eyes glowed faintly, their mouths twisting into cracked smiles. Amelia stumbled back, but suddenly something icy gripped her ankles. Looking down, she screamed. Tiny porcelain hands had reached out from the dollhouse, clawing at her skin. She tried to kick them off, but the harder she fought, the stronger they pulled. The air around her warped, the walls of her apartment stretching and twisting. With one final tug, Amelia was dragged inside the dollhouse. Her scream was swallowed by silence. The next morning, the apartment was calm. The dollhouse sat neatly on the table, its windows dark. Inside, the dolls were perfectly arranged once more. 4 of them now! The newest one had brown hair, pale blue eyes, and a face frozen in terror. It sat quietly in the upstairs window, staring out, waiting for the next owner to arrive.